Hello and welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl, and we're now on our penultimate episode of our series where we're looking at what models are available to buy right now today on the Warhammer store for Warhammer The Old World when those rules come out on the 20th of January, if you're not a Tomb King or Bretonnian lover or player and you want to look at one of the other factions. So we've covered nearly all the factions. We've got 2 left to go, and today we're looking at the Warriors of Chaos. Yes, this is a core faction, so yes, it will eventually, who knows when, get an arcane journal, cards and all that good stuff, and new miniatures. Hopefully, we'll see. Right, and now, in terms of this run through, like the other ones, I don't have any copies of any books or any rules or anything. I have no idea what is in the Warriors of Chaos army list. I don't have access to that, so I'm only able to go off what was in the 8th edition book on the assumption that it will be similar, though I'm not expecting it all, and I have heard rumours of a couple of units that are no longer in the Warriors of Chaos list, and I'll point those out as we go through. So, first up, Chaos Lords. Now, we saw the vampires had a lot of choice. Well, I can tell you now, there's actually an awful lot of choice for the Warriors of Chaos, and even more choice. So let's have a look at what we've got. Chaos Lord-wise, you've got the Lord of Hubris for the NAOS Head of Knights of Slaanesh faction. Why couldn't he be a Slaanesh-themed Chaos Lord? Absolutely, he could. You have a Chaos Lord on Demonic Mount, assuming Demonic Mounts are still in the book, in the army list. You've got Eternus, a Blade of the First Prince, also a Chaos Lord on a Demonic Mount, maybe a bit of a Nurgle-themed one. You've got Curseling, this is Village the Curseling, Eye of Tzeentch. Why couldn't he be a Tzeentch Chaos Lord? You've got Sigval, the Prince of Slaanesh, and this is his new miniature. It looks absolutely fantastic. Again, could be used as a plain Chaos Lord. You've got the Lord of Pain for Head of Knights of Slaanesh. Again, no reason why he couldn't be used as a Chaos Lord with Great Weapon. Valkyria the Bloody. The only thing, I have to put her in because I just love Valkyria and her lore and everything else. The wings, okay, so if you either tell your opponent it's just a normal Chaos Lord, and obviously Chaos Lords can't fly, that's absolutely fine, it's just a mutation. You know, Scarbrand has wings, he doesn't fly. Or you take the wings off. That's another option as well. But again, option for a Chaos Lord. You've got a Lord of Khorne on Juggernaut. There you go. So you've now, assuming Juggernauts, and this is the one issue. So this is if the Skull Crushers are out. I don't know if Juggernauts make it in as a mount. So just keep that in mind. It may be worth checking before you actually buy it. But he is available today as a Chaos Lord with a Mark of Khorne. Absolutely could be done. You've got Festus, the Leech Lord. He could be a Chaos Lord with the Mark of Nurgle, as could be the Lord of Plagues, and Gutrot Spume also could be Chaos Lords. So, there's lots of choice here. Of course, the one thing, if you are going down these type of Lords, is they're clearly Nurgle, they're clearly Khorne, they're clearly Slaanesh. That doesn't make them flexible if you want to build if you want to build a list today where you might have a Nurgle Chaos Lord with that mark, and then either the rules change or something, and then you want him or you want to change your army up and you want to make him with a Slaanesh mark. It would look pretty odd having Festus or Gutrot Spume with the mark of Slaanesh. Not to say you couldn't do it in a casual game, though it would look quite odd. So just bear that in mind, and that's one of the options. If you do go down the undivided routes like you see here, the Chaos Lord and Demonic Mount, or even the one we were coming to next, which is the Chaos Lord on foot. Of course, it's much easier to give them marks and not cause any issues with how they look. But these other ones give you so much flavour if you're going down that pathway. The other option you've got is a Chaos Lord on Manticore, if the Manticore is still in the book available as a mount. He is definitely available. And the last one you have here is the Harbinger of Decay. Now that could either be a demonic mount or even just a normal decaying Chaos Steed. So there's a lot of options here. A lot of them that give you plenty of flavour. Plenty on foot, which is really nice. But you've also got some on, either demonic mounts or a Manticore as well. So loads and loads of options for Warriors of Chaos there. Chaos Sorcerer Lords, you've got a few options here as well. Well served for Chaos Lords. You've got the, this is a dual kit with that Chaos Lord on Manticore. You could also change him out and have a Chaos Sorcerer Lord on Manticore. You could have a just a Chaos Sorcerer Lord, which is here. You've got the Magister, which is this one. You could have a Lord of Blights if you wanted a Nurgle style Chaos Lord. And there you go, if you wanted a Slaneshi style Chaos Sorcerer Lord, you could have a Shard Speaker of Slanesh. No reason why you couldn't use any of those. So again, plenty of options and ones that can give you flavour in your army. Demon Prince wise, yes, there is the new Demon Prince kit, which is this one here. But, you know, you could also use Be'lakor. Why couldn't you use Be'lakor as Demon Prince? He's just a generic Demon Prince. He looks like a Demon Prince. Great, excellent. One thing to note with Be'lakor, though, base size could be an issue. He is a very, very big miniature. So just be wary on that one, what the base size is for a Demon Prince. You may well, and I do think you will probably struggle to fit him on the required base size, but something to keep in mind. Right, Exalted Heroes. So again, lots of choice for Exalted Hero. So again, Lord of Hubris. We saw that as a Chaos Lord. He could be a Slaneshi Exalted Hero. You have just an Exalted Hero of Chaos. That's your undivided version. You've actually got a warband here, which is Kagra's Ravagers. All of these could make interesting. That could be a Chaos Sorcerer. This could be an Exalted Hero. These could be Exalted Heroes or even just Chaos Warrior unit champions. So, you know, plenty of options here. Could be Exalted Heroes. The same with the Lord of Pain that we also saw could be a Chaos Lord. You have things like Exalted Deathbringer, the Aspiring Deathbringer, the Slaughter Priests. You got the Lord of Plagues again. You know, he could be an Exalted Hero. They've got more Slaughter Priest, Skull Grinder, and an Exalted Deathbringer. So plenty of Khorne options here if you're going down in a Khorne one. But also, you know, there's options here. You've got a Nurgle flavour. You've got Undivided. You've got a Slaneshi in here. So the only thing you don't really have is a real Tzeentch flavoured Exalted Hero. But you know, there's plenty of options to choose from depending on where you're going from. Chaos Sorcerer Lords. This actually should be a Chaos Sorcerer because we're now into the hero. But again, you've got these options that we covered before. The same as for the Sorcerer Lord. You know, you can go for the Nurgle or Slaneshi or Tzeentch flavoured ones, or just go for a generic undivided Sorcerer. But plenty of options again. Chaos Warriors, these are the reimagined ones. These are the new version for Age of Sigmar. I've yet to confirm exactly the base sizes, but I think these guys are actually on bigger bases now. That will certainly help them ranking up. And I actually think the new Chaos Warriors, they actually look pretty good. Having recently packed all my miniatures up recently in preparation for my moving house, these guys actually look pretty good compared to the old Chaos Warriors. Chaos Marauders. Well, you've actually got some choices here. You've got the basic Chaos Marauder kit, and I actually have about 40 of these, all with flails painted in Khorne flavours from back in the day. But you have ones here, and they can actually be used completely undivided or whatever mark you want to give them. But if you were going for a Tzeentch flavoured Chaos Marauder, you could use Kyric Acolytes. Here, the absolutely an option, and you can see here very much, you know, they've got a hand weapon and a shield. Absolutely fits the Chaos Marauder theme, and you know, very much lightly armoured like you'd expect. The same here with the Blood Reavers as well. You know, no reason why you couldn't use these as Marauders, obviously with the correct bases on, to give you a Khorne flavoured theme. But again, it's having options, which is nice. It's nice to have those options to you know, tailor your army how you want, to whatever theme you want. You know, and you know, the fact that you can actually fill out core. So plenty of options for the Warriors of Chaos so far. Chaos Warhounds, yeah, these are the older ones from Warhammer Fantasy 8th edition. I don't even know if they might even be 7th edition ones, but certainly Chaos Warhounds are available. Chaos Chariot is still available as well with the steeds here, you can see, so that's always good, giving you plenty of flexibility in the core. Marauder Horsemen, really not a huge fan of these guys, certainly from how they performed in the past. Hopefully we're seeing light cavalry being more important in the new edition. Hopefully, I don't know, I've not played any games yet, but hopefully they will be, and these guys are available. Now, Hellstriders of Slaanesh. Now, they are available, which is why they're here on the list. However, I've heard that god-specific units are not in the list. Now, it's a rumour. I don't have the book. I can't confirm that. Maybe someone else who can, if you've trawled through the absolute huge amounts of content there are in the on rules releases and rumours and everything else. I've heard these guys aren't in. Can't confirm it. Don't have the book, but they're available to buy. Maybe they'll make it back in some sort of army of infamy for the god or something like that. But yeah, they're available to buy. Chosen, again, you've got the new Chosen, very much the undivided style. You can give them any mark you want. They're available. Other options, however, you could use the Myrmidesh Painbringers. I think these would look awesome as Slaaneshi Chosen. I think they look really good looking models, and they quite clearly, very opulent armor and could quite easily be Chosen models. And you've then also got Blood Warriors here. No reason with the different helmets and everything that these couldn't be Khorne Chosen miniatures as well. So you've got plenty of different options, I think, there for Chosen. One of my favourite units. Chaos Knights, these are the new ones available. Again, checking on the base size, I don't know if these are, again, bigger than the old Chaos Knights, so you need to check that in terms of ranking up. But again, as the case with a lot of Age of Sigmar miniatures, I couldn't get into the game. I just didn't enjoy the rule set personally, but a lot of the miniatures that have come out for Age of Sigmar, I know it's personal choice and personal opinion, but I think a lot of the Age of Sigmar miniatures have been done really, really well. If only we'd have had this back in 8th edition. But yeah, these really nice looking Chaos Knights. Chaos Ogres. Now, there are no Chaos Ogres specifically available, and yes, there is Ogre Kingdoms to go from that you could Chaosify, but there's also these guys, which are the Ogroid Theridons. Absolutely could be used as Chaos Ogres, and when you look at their weapon options, yes, great weapons there, an option, and here you've kind of got like Champion Musician Standard Bearer. That was an option in the 8th edition army book. Maybe that is an option in the army list that's come out as well. So Chaos Ogres, absolutely available. Dragon Ogres, a bit more of a classic kit, but yes, these guys are still available as well. Just a point to note, if you are typing it in, the spelling change has gone from ogres to ogres. Very much an AOS thing. Chaos Trolls. So here you've got Rock Gut Trogus. These are in the Destruction, in the Orcs and Goblins. However, there's no reason with even just a bit of paint. If you look at the old Chaos Trolls, which is sort of a very sort of blacky blue colour and a bunch of red and everything else, no reason these guys couldn't become Chaos Trolls. So definitely an option to use there, and quite easy to make them chaos looking. Chimera is available on its own as well, giving you a nice monster option in the special category. And also the Gore Beast Chariot. So you've got the basic chariot with the steeds, but you've also got one with the Gore Beast on as well. This one also still available. Chaos Warshrine. This is another unit that I've heard is not in the army list. Again, not being able to confirm. I'm only saying what I've heard. So just, before, if you were going to buy any of these, with the amount of information that's floating around, have a good trawl through it. Maybe put in specifically, is this unit in Google, and I'm sure you'll come up with something. I didn't want to do that for every single unit entry as we're creating these videos, particularly given we're creating a lot of them obviously in advance. To try and get them up while I'm moving house. Yeah, Chaos Warshrine, it's available to buy. Not sure it's in the army list. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Now, we know this is in the army list. They actually previewed this as a unit card. Just again, note the spelling change. It's a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, not an Ogre Shaggoth. But yes, it is available. Chaos Giant is also available. Obviously, there are a number of different giants known as Gargants that are available in Age of Sigmar. You could use any of those, but there is a specific one which is an Age of Sigmar listing as a Chaos Gargant. So, yes, is available. Chaos Spawn, yeah, absolutely available. Used across multiple game systems, but yes, the Chaos Spawn inevitably available to buy. Now, Skull Crushers, so like the Hellstriders, again, I've heard this is not in the army list as a god-specific unit. An absolute crying shame, one of my absolute favourite units in 8th edition, and I just love the way they look as well. It's just chunky, cool-looking fantasy cavalry, yeah, I've heard these aren't in, but you can buy them, so they are available to buy. Again, check if they are actually in the army list or not. Slaughter Brute. Yes, I am quite aware the picture you see here is not a Slaughter Brute. Interestingly, if you go to the Warhammer website and you type in Slaughter Brute, nothing comes up. It shows it as not available. However, the Slaughter Brute is a dual kit with the Mutalith Vortex Beast. Now, if you go into the Mutalith Vortex Beast page and you type that in, it comes up, you get this picture, but if you go into the wording, it clearly states that you can make a Slaughter Brute from this kit. So Slaughter Brute, if it is in the army list, is available from this kit. But you can't search for it, you have to search for Mutalith Vortex Beast. And then, of course, you have the Mutalith Vortex Beast, which is the dual part of the Slaughter Brute. Again, is absolutely available. So, yeah, the Warriors of Chaos got a huge amount of stuff available. In many cases, lots of choices. Given they're a core faction, it appears some of their army lists are out and that some of these units are not in the roster. I can't confirm what those are, but just keep that in mind. I mean, things like your Chaos Warriors, your Marauders, your Chosen, your Knights, your Lord, your Sorcerer, that's all pretty standard stuff. Maybe some of the more esoteric units, War Shrines, Mutalith Vortex Beast, the god-specific units, the Hellstriders and Skull Crushers, definitely do a bit of due diligence before going and splashing out on those, and make sure they're actually in. They have rules and they're in the book before going to it. You don't want to end up buying a bunch of Skull Crushers or a big monster kit like this only to find that it's actually not in the army list. And there you go. So the only two things which are missing that you cannot buy right now that aren't in the 8th edition army book are Forsaken as a core unit and the Hell Cannon as a rare unit. So maybe these are things that we're going to see either re-released or reimagined as part of when Warriors of Chaos are fully released as a core army with their Arcane Journal and everything. But overall, Warriors of Chaos probably in the best position for all the core armies, with the exception, obviously, I mean, Tomb Kings, obviously, in Bretonnia, they're the flagship right now. They've had their full release, they've got all the units, the army roster, all of that stuff has come out. But if we look at the remaining core factions, if you're not interested in Legacy, and, if we look at Dwarves, we look at High Elves, Wood Elves, all of these other ones, Beastmen aren't doing too bad. Warriors of Chaos are definitely in the best place as another core faction for having pretty much their entire army roster available to buy right now today. As I say, again, I'm going to keep repeating it. Do check on those esoteric units if they're actually in the army list or not before you go and splash the cash. But yeah, Warriors of Chaos, great position to be in. And you've got lots of variety, lots of flavour. And definitely we'll be looking forward to putting these guys on the table, and even with some of those newer Age of Sigmar miniatures too. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. But let me know in the comments down below why you didn't like it, because I can't improve it if I don't know why you didn't like it. Also, if you want to see more of this stuff, please hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It's totally free for you to do, but it's absolutely massive for me. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much in advance. But please, if you can, hit the button. It's a big deal. You've been watching The Ghost Owl. We've got one more to go. It's the Wood Elves. I'll see you very soon.